finally have my new camera and microphone, which I hope sounds and looks better. Obviously, in editing, I'm gonna check it out. I really hope it sounds much better than my previous microphone because watching those videos over was horrendous. But man, I'm hoping this is all working good. This camera is much better because it's my iPhone, and it puts on too much detail, which it sucks for now because I've been drinking a lot and eating a lot of sugars because it's the holiday season. So, my face is a little red right now, unfortunately, but it's okay. In future videos, this detail will not look as horrible, and on thumbnails, I will put my face on them soon. I haven't been doing it because of reasons like this. I'm just not fully comfortable yet. Uh, I'm still getting used to putting my face on a camera and talking to it. I think it's just weird, but I'm getting used to it. And hey, I get to talk about Avatar 3 now. Oh boy. I don't even know where to begin. I'll begin with this though. I guess Avatar Fire and Ash. I'm giving a 6, maybe a 6.5 on a good day out of 10. This wasn't anything special to me. Really, it really is unfortunate. I was hoping after Avatar 2, Avatar 3 was going to take another step in the right direction. I felt like Avatar 2, I'm not a huge fan of Avatar 1. I'll just say that immediately. I don't really care for it. I never did care for it. I never understood from the point of its release all the way to Avatar 2's release how it was ever the biggest, box office ever. Like, sure, it looked pretty, but why the fuck did so many people go and watch it? It just never appealed to me, the story. And the second one, while pretty similar to the first one, I thought was a little bit of improvement. I feel like the characters got a little bit better of a development, but the third one just throws it all away. I feel like every single character in this third movie barely develops at all. A lot of the stuff, a lot of the development they did have is just in the second movie. And this third movie doesn't really take it any further. You have the scene with I'm gonna forget their names. I'm so sorry. One of Jake Sully's son, and he's standing up to everybody and saying we need to help the whale creatures out, and we need to show them that they need to help us attack the military and all this stuff. But we got that in the second movie. I feel like so much of that was in the second movie. Like his character was that in the second movie, and this movie just does it again. And again, for this movie feeling similar to the second one, the ending is almost exactly the same until the final battle part, which is such a shame. I'll never forget sitting in the theater and being like, "Wow, it really just," and it's gonna end on some sort of machine or ship that is lit on fire, and you know Jake Sully and the whole family are gonna have to rescue one of the family members and take down the colonel. I was like, really? This is the same exact ending as the second one. And thankfully, it doesn't end there because you get that little fight with Spider, Sully, and the general, and they're on the levitating fucking thing in the middle of the ocean, and they're climbing up and jumping down off these pieces of land and ships and everything. And that looked really cool, and it was pretty cool. And I even like the part where they save the Spider in general, and they all get together for like a solid 5 seconds and like each other for a solid 5 seconds, and that's it. But that ending was just so bogus, and I just felt like I was watching Avatar 2 again. Yeah, you have the cool scene with the daughter going underwater and connecting to the mother, and you have all the creepy little stingray squid things. I'm gonna call them squid rays. You have the creepy little squid rays going around and killing people, which I thought was fucking sick. A lot of this movie had so much focus on the unique creatures, the sea creatures specifically, and I thought they were so beautiful. I have my opinions on this movie visually. I write after this, but the animals in these movies are fucking amazing. The flying ones, that orange crested dragon that Sully rides is fucking gorgeous. The whales are all gorgeous. I love how they have these little glitter patterns on them that shine as the light reflects on them. The little squid, what was I calling them? Squid rays. The squid rays are so fucking creepy. Honestly, I could just do a horror movie full of the squid rays. So much of the background stuff in the final fight, where the squid rays are like climbing through the ships and the buildings, and they're crawling, and then they shoot out their tentacles and they grab onto people and pull them in and just kill them. I thought that was so fucking great. I could have just used a horror movie. I was telling myself, I was like, man, I need a James Cameron horror movie by 2030 because I think he could. Like, just the background alone was like, yeah, it's convincing enough. And they could just be those Squid Ray guys. I'd be so fine with that. They're so cool. They're so creepy. I love how they expand their backs like they're giant webbings. And, oh, it's just so gorgeous. I love it. I love them. All the animals in these movies just look so great. But yeah, visually, I'm gonna say it. No one's saying it. I don't think this movie looks good. Or you know what? I don't think it's a movie that I would not want to stare at for more than 5 minutes. I think it still holds a lot of the stuff that Avatar is known for, which is the gorgeous water, the gorgeous scenery, everything just looking so real. But then this movie, and I can't recall if it was a problem in two and one. I want to say no because I don't remember ever complaining about this. When you go through Target or Walmart and you're going through the flat screen TV section, this was usually something that was when we were younger, and the TVs were playing at like this ultra high frame rate where it's like the movies are playing like 5,000 FPS and they look way too smooth. It's like they're super smooth. 40% of the movie looks like that, and it doesn't look good. It looks kind of like video game gameplay, which isn't appealing. This is a movie that costed $430 million to make, and I understand the scenery and everything looks so gorgeous, but when 40% of your movie is doing the super smooth, it doesn't look good at all. And not just because it's super smooth, but because another 40% of the movie is running at 30 frames per second. And I don't know if this was just my theater thing, and that's why I don't see anyone else complaining about this, but why is it that 40% of the movie, way too super smooth, 20% of the movie looks fairly normal, the next 40% of the movie looks like it's running at 30 frames per second? Did they not know how to control how much CGI they were doing? Was it just the theater I was in? I really have no idea because it looked like shit. Like this, it shouldn't have to be a theater thing. I mean, I'm going to an AMC to watch this movie in Dolby. There's no way I had a problem. Like, there's no way my theater was the only one that had this problem. It just looks so fucking hideous. I don't like it. I really don't like it. And I don't think visually this movie is just good enough. It's not This movie's not good enough to be carried by the visuals. Like I said, the story is just such a repeat of the second one. We don't get enough of the character development. Sure, Sully forgives his son for his other son's death, and they try to kill Spider off, and then they don't. I guess that was a little bit of development, but even then, I actually would have preferred if they just killed Spider off. I'm not sure. This movie just doesn't do enough, even though it's like 3.5 hours long, and it's not a well-paced 3.5 hours either. I thought with Avatar 2, it actually wasn't poorly paced. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe I need to rewatch Avatar 2. I don't know if I ever will, but I don't recall having pacing problems with Avatar 2. And Avatar 3, it feels like this movie went on for 6 fucking hours. It felt like it was never going to end. It just felt like we were going to keep building on to these final fights, and it just didn't happen until the last hour, 40, maybe 45 minutes of the movie. I'm not too sure. I just wasn't a fan of it. The pacing of this movie is horrible. I really, really just do not like it, which sucks because I was really excited for this one. I really liked Avatar 2, and you were hyping me so much in the trailers for this, the Ash clan or Ash group. I don't know what the Ash tribe, Ash people, Ash tribe. I think that sounds right because they're Water tribe and Sky tribe. The Ash tribe looks so cool. I love their makeup. I love that they look like cannibals. Something I don't see something people talking about a lot is how the entire Ash group just looks like a group of fucking cannibals, and they all act crazy. They're all fucking nuts. And James Cameron was building up the leader to be this Darth Vader-esque figure, and I was expecting something so badass out of her. And we're gonna be seeing her in future movies too, so you'd think she'd do something cool in this movie. No, she doesn't do anything cool in this movie. Besides, I don't even, I'm not even sure. Um, what does she do? She seduces the Colonel. She almost dies in her sleep, and she almost dies to the daughter. Does she do anything else impressive in this movie? No, I don't think so. She really just sucks. And for this villain to be, the next Darth Vader figure in one of the biggest cinematic box office universes of all time, this is really lackluster. I'm really hoping whatever Avatar 4 is called, she gets a huge redemption, maybe some weird power buff where she's able to connect with the mother or whatever. I'm really not sure. She really sucks. I mean, she lost all of her tribe from our knowledge. She almost dies like 5 times. She does nothing cool. I'm not sure. She looks great. That's about it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I felt like it was just such a waste. Making this movie so much like Avatar 2, I think just ruined the entirety of the Ash tribe altogether. There was just so much. I think this is potential. The movie. They should have been called this Avatar Potential because this movie just had so much potential and it just was wasted. I mean, 3.5 hours and you just couldn't come up with something new. I'm not sure. I guess we're gonna have to wait 4 years. When is Avatar 4 coming out? Is it 2029 or 2028? I'm gonna say 2029. 4 years for Avatar 4 and then 7 years for Avatar 5. I can't say I'm too excited. Will I go see the next ones? Sure. Do I recommend watching this one? Not really, unless you really like the Avatar 1 and 2 stories, but I don't know who does. I only know people who like this movie for how pretty they look. Um, that's Avatar Fire and Ash. I really got nothing else to say. I really didn't dig this movie. I was really really excited.